Good morning. As everybody loves Juju 1-2 Talk Soups. How are you all this Monday morning? How's everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling? Can I get some folk in here with me? Testing 1-2 Talk Hoops. Let's dance. Y'all remember that song? Lay around your red shoes and red dress and let's dance. It's early for y'all, ain't it? Yeah, it's about 9:30. Every Monday I usually come up about 9 a.m. for the AP poll. And I know it's a Monday morning work day for some folks, but I might catch some people that are off, not working, or they can listen while they're at work. So I just want to check in on you guys, check in on my people. What's up? Good morning, Kayla. Before I get started, I just want to check in and say hello. Get your thoughts. Kayla, how did it go? Who won? Who won the high school dealio? Was it Archbishop Mitty, or was it Northern California, or was it Etowanda? What's up, D? We was in the Discord last night. Live Mike, myself, Jacob, Nippy. You should have came through. What it do? What it do? Y'all can hear me, right? Etowanda won. Wow, 2 years in a row. They wasn't. I tell you, boy. Kalina and them. Kalina's so young. It's okay to win in her sophomore year. She's got a very young team. She's gonna dominate that. She's gonna dominate that. I'm gonna tell you. She's gonna dominate that. She's gonna be back. She's gonna be back. They got the squad. They got the squad. They got the squad most definitely. Etowanda, no. Etowanda didn't win 3 years in a row. Juju won. Kayla, unless they were in a different division. Sierra Canyon won, baby. Then Kennedy and them got her all that bogus call. And then Ken Dog won. And then Ken Dog won out. Now, if they won, it must have been a different division before that. You know what I mean? Remind me. Jamie Hodges, what's happening? I usually say Juju going to drop a lot of points, but Juju USC is Final Four bound. Listen, Jamie, it's going to be, listen, I'll start off with telling you, it was a different, okay, good Lord. Etowanda, baby, 2 years in the Open. Yeah, 2 years in the Open. Yeah, I'm all about the Open division. That's my division. I played it. USC coach feels disrespected, and she feels disrespected, rightfully so, as the number one seed. I think my thoughts, I want to hear your thoughts. My thoughts of the selection committee is you acted like the WNBA. You're not putting together a product that people truly want to see. Meaning, you don't have UConn and Paige Beckers and Juju. People want to see Paige Beckers. There's a whole lot of story behind Paige Beckers. Juju is one of the most exciting players in the country. Okay, you want to see her in the Final Four. She is Player of the Year, not just Big Ten Player of the Year. She will be Player of the Year. She's the most exciting player in basketball. I get it. We gotta earn our respect. We gotta do what we gotta do. But my point is, if she it's not a easy bracket. Shoot, some of the other ones aren't easy. Some of them other ones you might see some craziness go on, but we don't have an easy road. We don't even have an easy road when we play Greensboro on Saturday, and then we more than likely will play Cal. You understand? We are from the Pac-12. That is Coach G's friend. Coach G coached at Cal in 2013 and won the final and got to the Final Four. She knows Sherman. They know our team. We got little Kayla over there was our point guard at USC last year. It's a lot of familiarity going on. So sometimes with familiarity breeds contempt. Familiarity breeds contempt. And Farrell, I don't want to hear that we lost because we lost to Iowa. Okay? When you beat the number one team in the nation, undefeated, and you beat them badly twice. You beat the number two at the time in the country twice. South Carolina, you did not beat the number two. You did not beat UConn, and you did not beat UCLA. And for me, that's why you're not overall. That's why you're not the overall seed. And you lost to Texas. I get it. Right? I get all that, right? So, but at the very least, we're above Texas. But do I want to be in Birmingham? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? So let me see. Losing to Iowa, and you're acting like, what was Iowa ranked? And what is Iowa right now? What seed are they? And we're gonna have to go. And then in our bracket, there's a possibility that we face Iowa again. This is boring. We're facing teams that we played before. That's boring. We gotta go through them. The only team that we haven't seen is Kentucky. If Oklahoma gets through, I don't know. I'm not sure. I wish I had the brackets up, but Iowa or whatever. We might play Iowa again. Okay. All this to get to see the two actual front runners from the get go of Player of the Year, Paige and Juju. You're gonna see that game was the most watched game this year. The amount of viewership was UConn and UCLA. What they keep posting to you is Carolina and somebody's most watched game on ESPN. We're not talking about ESPN. I'm talking about overall. The most watched game was UConn and USC Trojans. And you're going to put them, and one of them you're not going to get to see in the Final Four. And arguably, obviously, this is Paige's last go around. Juju's going to be back before she leaves. She's going to come out of there with something. And if it ain't this year, it's going to be the next year. She's going to come out with something. In my Denzel Washington voice, she's coming out with something. She's not leaving her career or college without something. And because of Iowa, really, come on. And Iowa is right there in the dance. How about the number 2 seed? Not even close, getting spanked by UConn and UCLA. It wasn't no close. And then when we lose we played them 2 out of 3 times, right? You're expecting us to win 3 in a row, which would have been cool, like dominating them. But if we have to, and then to get to the Final Four, we got to face them again, more than likely, because they have the easy way. Now you're trying to now what is it about UCLA that is it kind of like the Liberty, because they tried so hard for so long and so many years. I'm on the West Coast. I understand it. I get it. So long, so hard, so long to get to this point, and has never won a championship outside of the AIAW National Championship, which I watched as a kid. And that you gotta see UCLA in this finals, that you got to. And if you got to see UCLA in this finals and they deserve to be in the finals and they're just that good, do you really not see the matchup between the Trojans and UCLA, how we dominate them? 5 points. It wouldn't even have been 5 points. It was 3 points, but we had to go and foul. I mean, we didn't have to. But the freshman, nobody told her what to do. So she fouls, puts London on the line to give them 5. And there was not enough time on the clock to do anything. Technically, we lost by 3. Basically, I'd say, we lost by 3. Technically, we lost by 5. They didn't do anything different. You met a tired legs. Don't blame it on Juju, because the games, Michigan and Indiana, gave us a run for our money. Good teams, good solid teams. Gave us a run for our money. While they kicking back on playing broke down. We're regular season champs. And we had a harder schedule to get to the Big Ten tournament championship than UCLA did. Why don't you let us play a broken up Maryland and Ohio State? Let us play them. Because they had their starters sitting on the bench, crossing their legs, filing their nails. South Carolina had the easiest bracket by committee. They're guaranteed to make the championship game. So to make Dawn feel better, because you didn't get the overall seed, but you got the easiest bracket. If you don't win that bracket, I want to hear shit. I see Farrell Nightcap feeling South Carolina got cheated. I don't know where else you could put them. Almost all the top teams have 3 losses. They beat the teams that beat them also. Exactly. I don't understand why they crying when they talking about, like, she's trying to play chess, and because we pushed the quad rankings, right? There's points, right? Strength of schedule, home and away, how many points did you hold a team to, how much total points did you have, all this net ranking bull crap, all this stuff that goes into it. I think UConn, and if net ranking made any sense, UConn left, I believe, at the top of the net ranking. You don't see them a high seed. I mean, we should have been a 2. I'd rather take a 2 seed at this point as a Trojan. I'd rather be a 2 goddamn seed than to be disrespected with the 4 seed. What is it about Texas that they feel Texas has done to deserve anything like this? 3 seed. Silver lining, we're not going to Birmingham. Hey! We're not going to Birmingham. We don't have to travel. Silver lining. I'm like Juju and some of the other chosen. When they showed them on the screen, they just sat there locked in. She's just locked in. She doesn't really care about who they're playing, because if you're good, you're good. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest with you, you look at who those teams are playing, and if they think they got a cakewalk, they really don't, because this is March Madness time. This is time to put up or shut up. This is what this time is. It's put up or shut up. It doesn't. You don't know. You can play a game. You can wake up the next day and be so sore, beat up, flat. You don't know. We really don't know whose bracket is the easier bracket. Really, when you look at some of the teams and how they're going to go at each other, some people are looking for each other. Cal is all excited, and they know they're going to probably play us if they beat the team that they win. They know it. They're all looking forward to. So when you got people like that, just like all excited to play you, it's like no fear, no nothing. They actually got the nerve to feel so super excited to play us, as if, oh, we got this. We got something for them. Okay, here we go. They unranked when we played them. Still unranked. Who's that, Jacob? Iowa was unranked. Yeah, but Iowa was unranked. Iowa was one ranked, but one game to a team that is now ranked, and now kind of like took UCLA lost to by 2 points. They took Ohio State to the break. You obviously see that they're misranked, I should say. They were unranked. They were going through whatever it is that they were going through, but they're not a bad team. And one unranked loss but yet you do but yet you did what you did recently, and dominated the so-called number one overall seed. You dominated them, and in a bubble, in a setting where you that is an anomaly that's not played all the time. You play 3 games in a row, and you lose basically, like I said, basically by 3, but technically by 5. I mean, what I'm saying is, look at the body of work. Look at the body of work. And then tell me. I mean, we were 6th ranked when we beat them. When we beat the number 1 team in the nation. And then when that happened, you don't even have the nerve to put us number 1. Damn, you didn't even want to put us number 2. Then we do it again, and you still don't have us nowhere. So tell me, without telling me, that you just don't have no belief, because all you think USC is about is Juju Watkins. Hell yeah, Juju's going to do Juju thing. Juju is a talented player. I don't give a damn when Juju shot 50 times. It's her job. But we got more than just that on that team. More than it's an addition. We have an additional players besides Juju Watkins. But I'll take Juju Watkins over any of the players in the country on my team to win it all. Just like I was just happened to stop to see what Shannon Sharp and Ocho had to say. And Shannon Sharp was going on and on and on and on and on about Don, and I don't know who else he said. And the South Carolina Gamecocks giving his take and so on and so forth. Just talking. They weren't done yet. And so somehow spilled over and gave Ocho a little smidge at a time. He was like, well, who you got? He said, I got USC. He goes, oh, wait, what? He's thinking South Carolina. He's like, no. He's, oh, Juju now. So, yeah, he said Juju shows up in big games. And that's what you need. Juju knows how to seize the moment. And that's how it's always been when it comes to championships and stuff like that. You got to have a baller that can seize the moment. And nobody, like DeWitt said, nobody wanted to see USC and UConn this early. It does a disservice to the dollars in the game, to viewership, it's unfair to Paige if we win. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't even get that for her legacy to get a shot at playing for the championship, which everybody wants to see. So I'll be honest with you. What makes me nervous about it is the whistle and cheating on by way of the refs, because I swear I feel like somebody paid them people off in that room to do everything that they did and how it came out. But I'm not going to harp on that because I don't really care like that. We got our bracket, we're in it, and let's go. That's how I feel. I don't really care, because I feel like everybody has got the same road to travel in so many ways. USC versus UConn was the most watched game this year. I think 3-4 million. That's what I said. That's exactly what I said, Jamie. We were the most watched game. But I see coming across my screen. But you have to read the text of it when they talked about South Carolina and I don't know who it was, Texas maybe. Talking about it was ESPN, by way of ESPN. ESPN favors the SEC. Let's just get that out of the way. So they're going to talk about, they got their 2 SEC teams in, but you couldn't deny the Big Ten. You couldn't deny. I've been telling you the Big Ten. And I would have said Pac-12 if we were Pac-12. I'm telling you, UCLA, USC are the 2 the best teams. And the only reason that UCLA is giving everybody in the country trouble but us is because of Lauren Betts. They have a 6'7" big. And Kiki Rice is doing a phenomenal job of getting the ball into her. London is a deep threat. Tamia Gardner has hit some shots. And you got the addition of Janiyah Barker. And then you got the help of Jaquez and Ducolette. So you have a recipe for other teams to not be able to stop Betts because they don't have the size. And they're not calling the hooking that Betts is doing. the holding that she's doing, the elbow swing that she's doing, they're not calling that. Camping in the key for 3 seconds, they're catching it sometimes they're not. She's very savvy with all of these things. And nobody can do anything about it but us. But like I said, we're the most watched viewership. Thank you, Jamie. 3 to 4 million in views to see Paige. And congratulations to Paige and Juju for doing a voiceover commercial and some still shots for Gatorade with one of my favorite male players, Cooper Flag. Just came out this morning. Hello, Bear Beauty. Haley, she about to run out of colleges. Haley Van Lith. Oh yeah, she need to go pro. Juju Watkins has you think we have? I don't know who has the toughest bracket. It's a tough bracket, Farrell. I don't know who. I think somebody. I'm hearing different takes, but I'm hearing it's. I didn't necessarily hear it was USC had the toughest bracket. I can't remember if it was Texas. It must have been. Oh yeah, it was Texas has the toughest bracket. That's what it was. What's up, Juju? Congrats to USC. Gotta run that. Gotta run. Hit you up later. Okay, it's on to the Final Four. It is. Let's thank you for stopping by. Hit that like button. Thank you, Political Hill. Why did she leave LSU? Well, she left LSU. It just wasn't a good fit. I think playing for Monkey in that system, it just wasn't a good fit. But I think it was a great move. I wouldn't regret any move that she did. I think TCU is the best move for her. I think she's got the big that's got to come up to her scale and her talent, her ability. Because Haley's she's doing the damn thing. Personally, in my opinion, she's doing the damn thing. I don't care what nobody say. Haley balling. And she's got the big Sedona Prince that should be able to complement her, along with I think the last name is Chance. And then she's got my girl Taylor Bigsby from formerly of USC. Well, good morning, Oz Customs. What's happening? I got both SC teams in the championship. I don't know why I said that. I'm surprised I'm even saying that it will be SC, but the way it lined up, it could be us. I mean, they're gonna play one of us California teams. It's gonna be UCLA or USC, and they better be ready. That's all I gotta say. Both teams better be ready because I don't know what to say with South Carolina. They're hit or miss for me. Like, they got great defense, but we got great defense. So then who's got better offense? I think we got better offense. I do. So like. Yeah. And I said it in the beginning of the year, thinking about all of the teams that I know of and what I'd see of them. I just felt like that would be their better matchup. But then you got some teams that can come in there and sneak a win on your ass. You know what I'm saying? But some of the teams that people were talking about, Ohio State, boo, no, Maryland, that's Big Ten. Then you talked about LSU. They just don't have it all the size. I mean, and they're new to each other. But they're gritty, they're tough. And, shin splints is pretty tough to come back from. You know what I'm saying? They just don't have the size. And they're missing a dog like Angel Reese. Takes nothing away from Moral whatsoever. It's just height. It's just height and length they're lacking. But we'll see, because they'll get a chance to play UCLA again. And we'll see what Kemoki got up her sleeve. Dang, my thing is loose. Okay. It will be a great rematch. Views for the next season. And that's what I'm saying, Chicago. That's what I'm saying. So whoever loses, right? Let's say South Carolina wins, they come to Cali. We're coming at them to try to, they'll be, let's say South Carolina's number 1, right? Well, we'll do like UCLA did, beat you, and then sit at the top for freaking 12 weeks as number 1. We can take number 1 that way for the next season. We can do this for next season, or we can win the championship, and then they'll be on the hunt and on the revenge, and take it right back from us, starting off the next season. That, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting because I know by the time Juju gets to the, if she were to get that far to get to the championship, and South Carolina has this easy schedule, it's gonna be playing in the favor of them unless they know how to recover and they know how to recover, and then we're not too banged up, and we got to play this team that is familiar with the Final Four, familiar with championship. But through it all, I know Drew is taking it all in by her senior year, taking all this in, and keeping the players, perhaps getting Sarah Williams on our team, for sure having Jazzy Davison come on in. This recruit that we got coming in, we're going to be back, and so will UCLA because they got the same people. I don't even know if Janiyah Barker is going into the draft, so they're going to be right back. We're going to be right back where we are, and we're going to be seeing each other and familiar with each other, and through the jitters of it all that good stuff is going to play in our favor. I'm not going to be devastated or anything like that unless I just feel like we got cheated in the game. Are these people sleeping on LSU Tigers? LSU beat UCLA a year ago. UCLA say they have nightmares about LSU. Right. I ain't sleeping on y'all. With the way that women's basketball now is, like every year we could have an upset. It seems impossible to predict the winner outside of a guaranteed South Carolina. I say everything outside of South Carolina making it to the Final Four. I agree totally. I think it. I don't have a guaranteed predictor of anybody for this championship. You feel me? That's why it's gonna be so good, because I don't have a guarantee. I don't sit there right now and just look and think. I did. I ain't gonna lie. I did. Before we played UCLA, because I knew we could beat them. I did. I said UCLA is better than anybody in the country when they play their ball. That's what I said, except for us when we play them. But then there's people that can beat us outside of that. I haven't seen anybody outside of us beating UCLA this year. That's why it's important. That's why I almost want to see South Carolina go up against them and beat their ass, because they sitting on top of the world. Like they just didn't even, after the Big Ten conference, didn't even shout us out. Didn't even say, they're a good game, good team. USC, whatever people say, didn't say nothing. Coach G always complimenting their ass. Don't say nothing. Don't compliment Corey Close and none of their team, because they didn't say nothing. But we just, we got beat twice, so we had to take a deeper look into ourselves and just credit themselves for everything. Not even that it was a great game. So you had to fight for that. And all that happened wasn't nothing that you did. It's not like you did a boxing one. You didn't do no special defense. We just ran out of gas. And at the last second, Coach G didn't think it was going to be a big deal to lose that game. And I think she had seconds on the clock to stop the clock. There were times in there where she had a lead. She should have put K9 back in and let Juju get some rest. If Juju's legs would have some rest, or when Kennedy needed rest, and Ray was sick the first game. Ray wasn't even fully healthy that weekend. Why did you look pissed? She's not pissed. She's just locked in. She was just like that last year. Go back and look last year. She wouldn't have no reason to be pissed. She don't care about that stuff. She just like, oh, that's just her. She's just thinking. She's just locked in. I mean, why would we be yelling unless you just want to be attention on the screen to see yourself? That you're in the you're in the championship, that you're in the tournament. Why are we screaming? We need to be sitting there locked in, looking like we got something on our mind, like we smell something funky out here, especially if she understood that about the forfeit. But I don't think she cares about that. She just want to play. Put the teams on. Let's get it started. Let's get it going. Like nobody care about that. Like, let's go. What up? All California championships loading. Thank you, RC. It's going to be a Cali championship this year. I don't think UCLA is the best. I think UCLA getting hype and they haven't proved anything except that they can be good teams in the regular season, but period uh, of loss in the elite every year. Yeah, yeah. UCLA has stopped at the elite eight every time, but this season there's no you got we got there's a 6-6 we're gonna see. I think I can't remember what team should play for. We're gonna play against I think in this tournament in this USC come against in this tournament. We might want to take a look at who should get in the portal. Then there's um, Reagan Beers, but she's tall, right? Who else is really tall? I think what the edge that they have Chicago is 6-7 bets, and she's having to get better and better and better. You know what I'm saying? She's just getting better. She's not a type of player that was came into the country or to the league and just dominated like that. You know, she wasn't no Brittany Griner or nothing. So as she gets better, they get better. UCLA is overhyped and haven't done anything. So who's gonna beat them in their bracket? And beside leave us out in Spokane. Who in the whole of Spokane? Who, if you guys are looking at if you have looked at the brackets, who's gonna beat them? And then when you get to if they get to the Final Four, who's gonna beat them? Since UCLA, don't say they're overhyped until you tell me who's gonna beat them. And if it's South Carolina, say it. I think the only team that can beat South Carolina is probably SC if Juju goes on a heater. UCLA can only beat SC again. If Betts dominates out of her mind, SC most likely going to another natty game. So do you think UCLA can beat South Carolina? Anybody? South Carolina will lock up Juju walking like they did Clark. Clark and Juju are two different players. Okay, Farrell? Clark don't move or play like Juju. There ain't nobody in the country gonna lock Juju up. 1v1, nobody. 1v1, nobody in the country. 1v1. You better have a triple covered edge control, hedge and wedge and hedge. You better wedge her in, cut off edges, and dig down deep. And once you're doing all of that, pay attention to Avery Howe, Kiki, Area Tivo, and Kennedy Smith wide open. Do what you do. If you want to do, or go ahead and put your best defender, whoever that is, from South Carolina, on her, and let's see what happens. LSU is going to beat UCLA like they did last year. We have an 11-game winning streak against UCLA. That's what I'm talking about. So then we'll have to, probably face. Then what I'm hoping then, if that happens, then we'll have to wait. Yeah, then you guys got to keep winning and then come down and then we'll meet. No, I don't know if you'll meet us or UConn. I don't know how that works after that. Or yeah, and if UConn beats us, I guess you play UConn, and then if we beat UConn, then you'll play us. LSU worries me a little bit, but we have to focus on getting to them and getting to and see. That's what I'm saying. You want to. They want to put UCLA all on this pedestal, and you can't even. And you worried about LSU. You worried about LSU. How you gonna beat LSU? Don't even think about the game that could potentially be with the Trojan before you stop and concentrate on Kim Mulkey and LSU. Same thing with us. It's not even about the players, it's about the coaches. I don't want to get out coached by Gino. So I'm gonna put all my faith and hope in Coach D and Coach Burns doing their thing. And you better put your hope in the 6 coaches that Corey got over there to go up against Kim Mulkey and her resume for getting the championships and working referees and carrying on. Juju, what the number 2 seed you think is going to end up in trouble quickly? Oh, I kind of feel like people need to look out for number 2 seeds, and they need to look out for there might be some number 3s in there. You know what I'm saying? Don't sleep on them 3s and 2s. That's if you end up losing by 2 or 3, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad because we got some craziness going. We got some craziness. I think Duke might exit Oklahoma. What are they? Teams like that. Oh, Kenny ain't ready. Teams like that. Notre Dame. If Notre Dame continues to play the way they've been playing, they're someone. Those teams like that they're in trouble. You feel me? They're in trouble. What do you think? What do you guys think? Have you guys had a chance to kind of look at the brackets a little bit? I think you guys you should take a look at the brackets, and then we come back a little bit more this week and talk about it because I'm sure there's going to be more chitter chatter on the net and outreach or Notre Dame will hit the Sweet 16 and bow out. That's what I think too. I cannot stand them. Notre Dame will, what'd you say? Final Four, two-faced South Carolina Gamecocks. Notre Dame will make the Final Four, two-faced South Carolina Gamecocks. Wow. So Chicago, you see Notre Dame turning everything around, like taking that mask off and figuring out their issues and going all the way to face the Gamecocks. Okay, we'll pin that. I need to pin that. I'll put a star next to that and see if that'll stick. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna pin your comment. And then, okay, do it say North Carolina State? Poor North Carolina State. I don't know who with those teams in the ACC. I don't know what I'm gonna get. Like, box of chocolates, bro. Like, I don't know what the hell. It's like when I see them, I'll be like, ooh, they really good. Like they playing some good basketball. And then the next thing you know, they beating up on each other and they're bowing out, giving I'm just like looking like getting exposed on who plays defense and who doesn't. No bigs, you gotta be able to run. This is what makes Texas good. You gotta, a sprinting point guard who's steadily getting better and better off that knee. You got Madison Booker, who no telling who could be the best in the country, no matter. I mean, depending on who you have. You got Big Oldacre inside, and I like Taylor Jones, and I like Preston when she's kind of just speeding around. Oh, look at this! I got 10 Harvard upsetting Michigan State. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take Harmony doing her damn thing. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about Sarah Strong's mom, Allison Feaster. Sarah Strong's mama played for Harvard. Okay. I think in 1995. I can't remember. I think in 95. So Sarah Strong's mom played for Harvard. They were a 16th seed, just like what's happening right now. And Stanford was, picture this, Stanford's the number 1 overall, like number 1 top seed, right? Dude, you guys, Harvard beat that ass. Harvard won by like 7 points. It was the first time, like, and it probably happened in the past, that a number 16 team beat a number 1 team. So don't sleep on people. Like, don't sleep. Like, and I'm talking about myself too. Don't sleep on teams. Don't ever overlook teams that in this tournament. You never know what the hell's they got going on, or what they're ready, or how they're peaking. or how they match up. I think it's just more like the matchup sometimes. Because what's happened in the tournament, there's a lot of teams you just never played before. You don't know anything about. They just haven't had the opportunity to play. And when they do, they rise to the occasion. They just need that opportunity. Like the Ivy League doesn't go around playing a bunch of teams, so we don't know nothing about them. And basically, we don't know anything about we don't know nothing about them. They don't know anything about us. And all you got is tape. And then you got this excitement of them being there, and they got some really good players. And then boom, next thing you know, you're scratching your head like, what happened? Every time I think of North Carolina State being in the Final Four last year, I'm scratching my head. I'm like, where did the hell that come from? Notre Dame has already beat Texas, and Notre Dame was injured when they played TCU. Who was injured? Because not only did they lose to TCU, they lost to Utah. Who was injured? Koval? Citron? Miles? Hannah? They lost. They played TCU in Utah over Christmas, the Holiday Classic. Who was injured? Chicago. I think Notre Dame wins the game against TCU in Texas about probably 10 or more. Okay. I can't wait for this. I can't wait for this to start because there's so many people with their thoughts and ideas, and I have no idea. I cannot. I mean, maybe I need to sit down. I put myself in the March Madness ESPN bracket, so I might need to just sit down and just fill out a bracket, and then now that it's really fully up, fill my bracket out, and then I can just go from there. I'm going to say that there's a reason why Juju wanted Kiki and Tebow. Look at what they did in the tournament and just went to the Elite Eight with Ivy Leaguers. I think we're doing good with them. I think Tebow's starting to look for her shot even more. She's good physical and defense. And when she gives you solid minutes, but you got to pull her out to get a rest because of the high octane transition offense is a lot for her. But it's like the minute if Coach G is doing rotations and stuff, but she does a really good job of and give their bodies rest that they need. We're hard to beat. Our transition and flow offense, flow and go offense is amazing. Nobody's faster than us on that. And if we make those shots, some of those shots that would fall, y'all be dead in the water. Oh, like there's teams like South Dakota you need to keep your eye out on. I mean, there's teams out there. Please look at I couldn't read what you said. Sorry, RC. I think Duke can get upset in the first round. Right. I kind of do too, Chicago, because that's what they asked me earlier. And I like Duke. And I think Duke got talent. But something tells me that that they may get upset. If I have to pick somebody, I'm gonna pick them. It happens in March Madness. Do y'all wanna do a bracket? I do. We want to do a bracket. Kayla, have you joined our Discord? We need to talk about how can we do a bracket? And what do you mean? Do we want to do a bracket? Because I don't know how to get the brackets to everybody, and everybody should come to the Discord and get a bracket. Bring your bracket and post your bracket up. I guess we'll talk about it. Maybe you could talk about it. You can feel free to come up here and talk and read them off and tell us where we're at or give me your ideas. But if you want to come up, you're welcome. If Duke gets upset in the first round, oh boy, that's going to be a quick bracket destroyer. South Florida can pull off an upset with Tennessee. And Tennessee, I like Cheetah. Cheetah got it going on. Cheetah got some calls right now. That's what I'm talking about. Cheetah got some calls. She paying attention. Because it's like, Tennessee, I was like, Tennessee is a team. I had them really disrupting some stuff in the SEC. Now, as of recent, they haven't looked that great, right? Maybe they're tired. Maybe they need to figure some things out. So those teams that didn't look that great don't mean that they're not going to look good in the final, so in the dance. And that's how I feel about us. I kind of think it was good that we lost. It makes us more hungry. Because could you imagine if we beat you said 3 times in a row? We win the Big Ten Conference tournament. You make us number one, and with everybody screaming, but they lost to Iowa. They lost to Iowa, right? And then our other loss would have been to what's that? Notre Dame. Our only loss would have been to Notre Dame and Iowa, right? So we'd be number one in the country. I don't even feel right saying that. I don't even want that for them because we haven't even played our best basketball yet. We haven't. I can feel it. We have not put together that game, that perfect game. Even as nice as that game looked with Juju, but that was about Juju. That wasn't us. That wasn't the team. You know what I'm saying? Even it was close. You know, seeing Malia come out there, seeing Avery hit two back-to-back threes, things like that. These are glimpses, you know what I'm saying, of what we're about. But we haven't even touched that yet. I want to see us continue to build on what we're doing as the Trojans, to build up into that crescendo towards the Final Four. Start, play that, have room to get better and continue to get better, not go backwards. Definitely not go backwards. Get better, closer to that perfect game. Because if we were number one right now, I wouldn't want that. It would be an easier. We would easy. It would be an easy bracket, so to speak, as they say, and we would definitely be sitting there in the Final Four. But we need, being challenged and 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 being hungry and being challenged and having to battle and having to earn it and learning more and more about yourselves would be is the route you want to go. I mean, it makes it so much more rewarding and satisfying. And then Notre Dame lost to Utah. What's the point? I know they lost, but see, they're not ranked number in the top seed either. They don't deserve it. And then people got them coming to the Final Four after what they lose like 6 times now. Juju, do you think they play in the first 4 games are fair? Do you think that the play in the first 4 games are fair? A team works to make it to the big dance and then has to play their way in still kind of weird. I think what's weird is that I don't know why it keeps happening this way, but I kind of saw that happening at the beginning of the year. I was like, I know when people ask me, I said, we're going to play UCLA 3 times. And at the biggest possibility, and I don't know how I knew this, I said 4 times. It's like I knew we were going to constantly have to run into you guys. I said, we're going to play them 4 times just to get to the dance or get to the championship of the dance. And I was like, I was right 3 times for sure. And then I just felt somewhere down the line it was us or them, us or them, us or them getting into this, to the show. You feel me? Or in the show trying to get to the championship. I felt like, oh my God, it's going to be constantly us going through them to do this, and this is how we could like see each other 4 times. And that's how I landed with us being in the finals. So Jacob here, I like Utah. Utah, I like them too. Utah will beat Indiana and then bow to SC. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, guys, that's all I wanted to say. I was just really trying to hear y'all thoughts, what y'all were thinking this morning, how things are going. Make sure that you guys know I'm okay. I'm not like crashed out or feeling any kind of a way. I just want to get it started. Um, I'll be here for the championship. Anything else comes up in the news or whatever, I'll pop up. I think on Rivals, but I want to start see the finish of that. But I'm not crashed out. Like it made me angry because the worst. I just feel like the most viewed game in the country this year, UConn USC, and it's a possibility the two of us have to play, and neither one of us can get to the Final Four because one of us has to be knocked out. I just kind of felt like, wow, you guys put Duke, excuse me, Kentucky and Iowa, like UConn, possibly LSU, possibly UCLA. Like we have, I mean, it's gonna be amazing. I mean, we gotta dance, 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 and dance. Like our games are gonna be popping if we continue to rise to our side of it. Whoever. because I think our side is so tough. Spokane, that's why I think Spokane will win it all. Now, South Carolina is a win it all. I'm gonna be like, oh my God, they're just one of them. I'm gonna have to put them as one of the greatest teams I've ever seen because I just don't see it. Or people are just shrinking in the moment. But we're gonna have to stamp Don like I'm putting Don on top of my list as the best coach right now. Period. To take what she has to a championship and win. I don't give. I'm crowning her the baddest coach of the year, the century right now, the decade, decade. I'll say decade. I'm giving her that. I'm annoying her that. They're like, we don't need you to annoy her. She already is that. Okay. We'll see. Jacob Pearl, like Utah. Utah will beat Indiana. I see a piece of this news this morning that Stanford missed the tournament for the first. Yeah. I'm not used to that. Like, I'm not used to that. In 37 years, yeah, I'm not used to that. All my life, I had to fight. Stanford has been in the championship. I'm from the Bay. My mom worked at Stanford University Hospital. Like, I just know nothing about Stanford being there. After a while, after they got in, you said 37 years, probably after the Cheryl Miller era and all that. Yeah. So that's it's just a turning of the leaf now. It's turning of the leaf. That's why it's time. That's why Carolina's at the top. It's turning of the leaf. I don't think it's time for Monkey to go, but Gino been there for a while. Like, he's done all he can do. Like, he's Mount Rushmore, So, but anyway, it was good talking to all of you. I just wanted to pop up quickly, and so we can do more of these quick on and off things. Get going for the rest of your day, and I'll see you all the next stream. Hit like on your way out. Please do not forget. Tell a friend and subscribe. Even if they don't watch, just subscribe. I got 300 right now. I'm trying to get up to 500 to get in that algorithm real good. And I'll talk to you soon, y'all. Have a great day.